This is Jerod Lakefield, novel by Don Fensler, part number 2. Part 2. Jerod Lakefield. Decision on the walk-on. So after the walk-on tryout, we coaches and staff all met in the head coach's office. The head coach's name, as I said previously, is Al Tryon. He is not a brilliant coach, but not bad. One look at him and you say, I'll bet my big toe and my internal organs that guy is a coach. But he was the coach at St. Cloud's College, a low-life fucking piss-out college if there ever was one. So we talked about the tryout, saying this guy was good, but not good enough. There was one guy, Jake Bladestone, we talked about for 10 or 15 minutes because we almost offered him a scholarship. But we decided no on Bladestone. No fucking scholarship for fucking Bladestone. So we kept talking and basically agreeing that these workouts were a fucking holy waste of time. But we avoided talking about the topic that loomed most large in our minds, this Jerod Lakefield fellow. Where does he come off taking all those wild shots, said Al Tryon. Those kind of fucking shots are not what we want. Lomax, that's your job, to make sure these worthless walk-ons behave themselves. Lomax was me. My name is Michonne Lomax. I'm 26 years old. I used to play basketball, but not well. I'm now an assistant coach under the aforementioned Al Tryon. My only claim to fame is my wife. She is hot, very hot, and I'm about the only black dude in a 5,000-mile radius of St. Cloud's College. I spend half my days wondering why I moved here. I spend the other half kicking my own fucking ass up and down the block for having done so. He plays good defense, but he was just playing for 5 minutes, another coach wisely said. No way you sustain that in a game situation. Coaches have a way of saying extremely fucking wise things like this. We all agreed. He was good, but he took these wild shots that were not part of our plays. He looks like trouble, big fucking trouble. The steely eyes bothered us, and they made one feel inferior. Why would one give a scholarship to an individual who made one feel inferior? One does not enjoy feeling inferior. One enjoys feeling superior, to be master, known in some circles as a bad-ass motherfucker. After all, we are the fucking coaches, the Genghis Khans and Dalai Lamas of St. Cloud's College and Midwestern Plains of the United States of America, the greatest country on earth as far as we knew. One does not like attitude from players. One does not like calm or lack of fear from fucking players. One likes obedience from fucking players. One likes positively takes joy in pure fucking neurosis and craven cowardice from players. I said, no, that guy looks like trouble. We don't have room for him. I'm not a bad guy except for my proclivity to be the fucking stupidest man on earth at times. There was this long pause. It wasn't awkward, it was long and thoughtful. We were all weighing our thoughts and our words like the fucking mature, reflective adults we were. Thoughts and words which we knew were big, fat, rat-ass lies. There was no way we could pass up this guy, Jerod Lakefield. We all stopped thinking, each of our goddamn brains exploding in our tiny, dainty skulls, and looked at each other. We felt stupid. Jerod Lakefield needed to be on this team like the sun needs to come up in the morning. Head coach Tryon, wise and wonderful coach Tryon, said, so, who do we fucking kick off the team to make room for this fellow Jerod Lakefield? First practice. So Jerod's first practice with the team was like this. He shows up on time. He's 6'2", white, with brownish blonde hair. Not bad looking, but not a pretty boy. He weighs about 170. Kind of skinny looking. In short, he looks like Justin Bieber, but looking at him doesn't annoy you one bit. He looks very alert. Very, very alert. Calm, but very, very fucking alert. We have 13 players. The guy Jerod had been picked to replace on the traveling squad, Mason Hall, a black kid from Chicago with modest talents but a considerable fucking mouth. Mason is not happy to see Jerod. He gets in Jerod's face right away, but Jerod is calm, very fucking calm, fucking alert, fucking calm like Buddha with Chuck Norris as his sidekick. You're going back to Lubbock, Harry Potter, says Mason to Jerod Lakefield. Not a bad line for a pimply-faced teenager. But it's like Jerod does not hear him. He continues to lace up his shoes sitting in the locker room. He doesn't look afraid or nervous or mad or anything. And Mason is right. Jerod Lakefield has no right to be here. But Jerod Lakefield is here, and there is nothing we can do about it except make fucking witty remarks to Jerod Lakefield about himself. Fucking Harry Potter in basketball shorts. Of course, at this time, Jerod Lakefield was unknown to us. We had no idea that Jerod Lakefield was Jerod Lakefield. Jerod Lakefield being Jerod Lakefield. Mason was fucking persistent. You are nothing. Walk-ons never make it. Go back to fucking Lubbock or Wichita, New Jersey, or wherever you're fucking from. Jerod Lakefield said, Then you are right, Mason. I have no chance. I should immediately go back to Lubbock, though I've never been to Lubbock. Have you been to Lubbock, Mason? How did he know Mason's name? Mason was taken aback by this, disarmed. I'll fucking show you where Lubbock is. I'll fuck your ass all the way back to Lubbock, said Mason Hall, though his words were as hollow as Carlsbad Caverns and George W. Bush's head put together laid end to end. Mason Hall was in trouble, and he knew it, as we were all watching. It was not what Jerod Lakefield said, but how he said it that took the goddamn wind out of Mason and the rest of us. It was like a voice beyond anything you had ever heard before. It made you feel calm, and it scared the fucking shit out of you. And his silence was even more overwhelming. It was his turn to talk to Mason Hall after Halls had sent him that fucking Lubbock remark. It was Jerod Lakefield's turn, but Jerod Lakefield said nothing. It was scary, ominous. Mason Hall looked about fucking 3 inches tall now, and the rest of us didn't feel much taller. We all wanted this confrontation to fucking end, and thankfully it did. Jerod Lakefield walked off and went out of the locker room. Not like he was scared, but like he had somewhere else better to go, someplace more important to be, or something more important to do, and especially someone much more fucking important to be with. Mason Hall muttered something stupid to the effect that he had won the confrontation, but our respect for him had gone from 0 to fucking 16 below. And black dudes like him make black dudes like me feel very fucking uncomfortable.